Hi everyone, I'm James Shelburne, leading product and marketing at Allen. And in today's presentation, I'm going to talk about multimodal voice assistants in existing applications and how these applications with voice are driving transformation across industries. Specifically, I'll go into what the requirements are for a multimodal voice assistant, the different use cases and benefits for end users, as well as the ROI for enterprises. So to make this experience better, I suggest sharing it with people that you know who might be interested in this space or are looking to add a voice assistant to their existing applications. Please ask questions throughout the presentation, and we'll also be sending out polling. And then grab some popcorn. So I know I look a little bit different than what you might have seen. I'm in my quarantine mode here. And if you want to see what I really look like, just take a look at my LinkedIn profile. Thanks. So what is a multimodal voice assistant? It's a voice assistant that works within the context of an existing application with a graphical user interface. So it's combining that visual experience and touch and type that we're used to with voice. And users can switch back and forth between touch and type and the voice experience. And all of it is working seamlessly together. So there's a paradigm shift happening now where every application you use, every device, every different type of technology, a voice assistant is being added to that. And really it's transforming industries, and we'll get into that in a minute. So this is a technology that's now propelling us into a new era of user interfaces and a way to interact with our devices. So the requirements for this kind of experience to be really compelling in an application are first that it needs to be multimodal. It needs to take the visual aspects of the app, including the touch interface, the UI, and it needs to augment that with voice. And the user should then be able to switch between voice and touch. Then it needs to be contextual. It needs to understand the app's flows and the app's terminology on a deep level, so it can really understand the user and where they are in the experience so that it can respond back properly. Then it needs to be conversational. It needs to be able to handle complex queries and things that have, maybe multiple entities in an intent, and it needs to be able to take those intents from the user and perform simultaneous actions and really automate tasks and make things easier for users. These kinds of experiences really need to be constantly improving. Every user is going to talk to these applications in different ways. The assistant needs to be constantly adjusting to that, constantly improving so that it can respond back naturally. Today, avoiding touch and using contact with services is really the norm with coronavirus. And touchscreens for many different apps and kiosks are no longer an option. It's just too big of a risk. So all these applications are going to now be voice-enabled with Allen. And it's going to give end users both safety and peace of mind. So we're teaming up with Symphony Care on this, and they're a company that serves 2,000 healthcare providers and 12 million patients. And with them, we've created a voice assistant for their COVID-19 testing tool. And now people and different hospital patients can log in their COVID-19 symptoms without having to touch the phone or the devices. That submitted information is reviewed by clinicians who then assess if the patient needs to be tested. Patients can also use this tool to go through all the information in the healthcare portal that they need, and it really improves their accessibility of this information as well as the engagement. They can just talk to it naturally to get what they need. The assistant can also use this for at-home care. It will show them different guidelines, it'll show them how to set up an appointment, and it will also be able to send messages to their doctor directly. Take a look.
Hello. Welcome to COVID-19 self-assessment tool. When you are ready, say start.
Start.
Have you been within 6 feet of a person with a lab-confirmed case of COVID-19 for at least 5 minutes, or had direct contact with their mucus or saliva, in the past 14 days?
Yes.
Does the person with COVID-19 stay with you?
Yes.
In the last 48 hours, have you had any of the following new symptoms? Say all that apply.
I have a lot of pains, feeling very cold, and have trouble breathing sometimes.
Okay. You can select more options or proceed to the next question.
Next question.
Do you have any of the following possible emergency symptoms? Say all that apply.
First and second.
Okay. You can select more options or proceed to the next question.
Next.
Seek medical care immediately. This may be a medical emergency. Trouble breathing can be caused by
This solution not only helps users input their information safely, but it also reduces the time spent by clinicians in inputting that information into EHR systems. It also greatly reduces the load on call centers. All this combined saves these hospitals up to 45%, which translate into 365 billion overall savings annually. Hospital and care providers across the US are now adopting voice for their applications to address these problems. Now, here's some of the problems that voice is solving in applications today. So as app developers, we know that for every application, there's a different experience and users are having to learn and relearn the different types of UI and design paradigms whenever they adopt a new application. This is frustrating for users, it's tedious to learn, and a lot of users just actually give up on the application early. Graphical user interfaces have simply reached their limits. And voice is solving this by enabling users to just talk to their applications naturally. With the Allen platform, developers can then quickly iterate on that voice assistant and iterate on that experience to make it better and cover more use cases and more user needs. And this is not a trivial problem being solved. Companies are losing billions of dollars each year on this. When users who are browsing their online stores don't end up purchasing anything because they couldn't find what they wanted and they couldn't navigate through the application properly. Or with SaaS companies and SaaS products where customers churn after a few months of use because they had a poor product experience. Then there are tons of situations where customers are calling in support at high volumes because they just couldn't figure out how to use a website or a different application. And that results in huge costs.
Add 1 Stella sunglasses.
Added 1 Stella sunglasses to your order. Would you like to add more items or check out?
What is my total?
The total amount for your order is $68.48.
Take me to clothing.
Which clothing would you like? Clothing available. Clay sweater, sea tunic, plaster tunic, and 16 others. Do you want to hear more?
Do you have any shirts cheaper than $50?
We have several shirts cheaper than $50. Surf and perf shirt, chambray shirt, cerise scallop tee, and 2 others. Do you want to hear more?
Add 3 chambray shirts.
Added 3 chambray shirts. Do you need anything else?
Checkout.
With a voice assistant in the application, users can just talk to it, ask for what they want, learn how to use it, and get help. And banks have also been leaders in this. Take a look. What's my credit card balance?
Your credit card balance for this month is $786.02.
How much credit do I have left?
Your remaining credit is $2,713.98.
Set up a wire transfer to my Chase account.
Yes, I can help you with that. What's the routing number?
3222-71627.
Thanks. Is this account in your name?
Yes.
What is the amount?
$15,000.
To verify, I will send you a text message with a 4-digit PIN.
Okay, sure.
Enter the PIN when you receive the text message.
6535.
Your wire transfer has been set up and will be completed in 24 hours.
What's the nearest branch location?
The nearest Wells Fargo branch is located at 1202 East Arcs Avenue.
Get directions. In really any application, voice is bringing just a frictionless experience for users. It's bringing unlimited functionality to the user. They can complete tasks, summarize information, getting help. The options are really unlimited with voice. And for banks in particular, by 2023, they'll be saving $7.3 billion by adding voice assistants to their applications. And for them, it's saving call center costs and increasing the customer satisfaction. So multimodal voice assistants are a scalable way to bring support and personalized experiences to every customer. And the Allen platform makes the process of doing this really easy. So when you sign up for Allen Studio, you'll get cloud-based voice scripts that let you completely define both the voice and the visual experience. Then you can take the powerful testing tools we have within Allen Studio to test and debug the voice assistant to get it ready for production and deployed to users. Alan integrates into any application. And as we know, creating a compelling voice assistant, it's an iterative process. So with the Alan platform, we also give you real-time visibility on how you can make the assistant more conversational and more robust. So we do that with advanced logs and analytics. And that'll show you what the users asked for and on which screen they asked for something. So you can pinpoint what each user expects from the application and quickly iterate and improve on the personalization of the experience, as well as how well it will handle different intents and different requests coming in from users. So any changes that you then make to the experience can be deployed to users immediately without having to push a new build of the application. But voice assistants aren't just applicable to consumer app use cases. Now, enterprises are also finding that these voice assistants are both a strategic differentiator and can provide concrete ROI when deployed for their employee applications. And with one of our SAP partners, we worked together to deploy a voice assistant for an existing field asset management application that's used by the mobile field workers at Murphy Oil. So these workers are often wearing gloves and they're operating equipment and have their hands full all the time. So they're driving from place to place, they're at a facility, and they're just doing their work. So the enterprise applications they have now are hard to navigate with touch and type, and they require the users to completely stop what they're doing in order to log in their tasks. And really, this resulted in a lack of usage and poor field operations data visibility, ultimately bringing suboptimal field operation performance. So when we added a voice assistant to their existing field asset management application, workers were then able to talk to the app and log in their tasks while they were working, as they were going about their day, all hands-free. Hey Alan, what can I do in this app?
In this application, you can open a task, add a comment to a task, or mark a task as resolved.
Open Bring Well back online.
Sure. Would you like to add a comment? Or resolve the task?
Add comment, fluid flow in the well cleared.
Your comment has been added to the task. Would you like to make changes? Or mark the task as resolved?
Mark as resolved, detail entry as allocation skid issue.
Resolving task and added allocation skid issue detail entry. What's the description?
Fluid backed up in well zones. Take a close look at this on the next inspection.
Review your description. Would you like to resolve the task?
Yes.
Task Bring Well back online successfully resolved.
And the result of this for Murphy Oil was first, it increased the adoption rate of their application by 95%. The voice assistant created a frictionless experience for workers who could just talk to the application using either their Bluetooth headset or the Bluetooth in their car to log in their work as they were doing. And for managers, what they saw was up-to-date and accurate information in their command centers so that they could then make better operations decisions. And for them, it resulted in a 50% reduction in unplanned operations downtime. So this solution actually ended up making it to the finals of the 2020 SAP Innovation Awards. And the Alan platform is what makes all of this possible. Alan not only understands the visual context of the application, but it can also understand unique industry terms and workflows, which give users that robust and really delightful experience. And it can do this for any application, as you saw in our examples. Enterprises and consumer app providers are all moving towards these context-focused multimodal voice assistants in their applications so that they can both differentiate strategically as well as provide new value to users. And Alan is a leader in this space. We support all application platforms, and then we work with any type of existing application experience, as well as industry-specific terms and workflows. As you saw from our examples, voice can really be valuable in any industry application. It's a scalable way to both provide support, personalized customer experiences, as well as mobile workforce efficiency. All right, thank you everyone for joining. For next steps, you can get in touch with us at allen.app, And please ask questions. We'll be here to answer them as part of the presentation. Thank you.